Hey, good morning, cyber traders. Welcome. It's good to see you all back on this lovely Monday. Good to see you all. My God, it was like the first real week of December, huh? Pretty cool to see everybody getting ready. Anybody do any Christmas or holiday shopping? I did a couple of this weekend, but I was putting on my Christmas lights up. Thank God, it took me like almost like 6, 7 hours, but it was kind of rough. But I got it pretty much done. You know, it's funny. The kids don't even want to help you do it. That's the unbelievable part about it. I don't know what the hell's going on with these kids anymore. But you know what? A lot of action going on today in the morning. The market's down about 250 points. Last week, I'll tell you, we had a really good week of certain stocks that had some very, very nice moves, some really nice pushes on some of the stocks. I mean, specifically starting off with Tops. I just want to talk a little bit about that stock. That thing was just out of this world in 2 days. Looks like they did a $2 offering, but it shows you exactly how things change in a heartbeat. You know, it's funny. Is Andrea here? Andrea knows what I'm talking about. These shipping stocks, I mean, they're fun, but people think like, oh, they're going to come back. They're going to go in the hundreds and 200s. Look at this thing. It always catches you for a head fake, but it was fun in the morning. You could see it right here. The stock literally went from 320, boom, up to 520. Came back down, shot up right at the open in the morning, went from 350 up to $6, and then boom, it wakes up this morning and you could see how the thing just basically just tanked right here. But yeah, but top shares are trading lower after the company priced a $6.28 million unit offering at $2 a share. Talking about holding it overnight and getting crushed, right? That is just terrible. But anyway, but it was great the last 2 days. Last week it was pretty fun. A couple other stocks also did really well. RMED was awesome too. Another nice little cheap little stock, $3 to $5. Then in the middle of the day, it did it again. That was a pretty nice one. SHPH was also a very nice stock. The stock was in the $120 price range. It just came public not too long ago, it was September actually. But you can see it had a really, really nice move. That also did really well for us. This one I'm throwing back on the watch list, the BILI. I mean, this thing, and you know, a lot of Chinese stocks are moving. I don't know if you guys have been watching, but you know, you hear all this negativity, what's going on with the you know, all the protests in China, the COVID lockdowns. Now you're hearing Apple's looking to move out. You know what? I guess you know. I guess they catch on pretty quick. But it's like when you do a deal with the devil, I guess when you do it in a communist country, because they can shut you down anytime they want. So you know, good for Apple to kind of like kind of realize it's time to move on. But I don't understand why they're moving though. I mean, even a stock like EDU. Some of you remember these stocks. These stocks got destroyed. I mean, this stock right here was in the hundreds. Going back was $200. Everybody remembers, and this is a real gap fill. This is not a reverse stock split. All these stocks are making really good comebacks. And you know, what's nice about EDU and TAL is another one that trades side by side with that. TAL, same thing. You know, they're really kind of testing and starting to become a little bit of a gap fill. So that one did pretty well. What else we had that moved pretty well? This one also, nice little stock, XPEV. I'm throwing this back on the watch list, XPEV. This one was awesome on Friday. You could see it ran from $10 all the way to $12.50 in less than an hour. I mean, this thing was just fabulous. Look at this run up right here. Once again, another Chinese stock right there. And Peloton actually did pretty well too on Friday. Shockingly, you know, the thing has been taking such a big beating, but hovering right around the $7 price range, almost a double. So not only has been a good day trade, it's been a really good swing trade. But anyway, if you're new here or you missed out what we traded last week, these just name a couple of things that were just in the later week. The early week was not as good as the later week at the end of the week, but we had a couple of good, nice little stocks, nice little runners out there. And it was all about following the money, following the orders, looking at the iceberg orders and everything like that. Which, by the way, I X'd out it by accident. I got to open this thing up again. I X'd out of my level 4. Let me just log into that and get that thing up and running. It's almost like impossible to trade without it. I don't even know how anybody could trade without it. It's just unbelievable. But let me just get my little data up and running over here. All right, so as that's up and low, yeah, and obviously there's a couple other ones that also did pretty well. Another Chinese stock, NEO, which is another one to mention. The stock was $12, already at 14. Had a nice move on Friday, another dollar move. You know, nice little pops there, here and there. So couple of stocks, and we can go on and on and on. So if you missed one, there was a few others out there. Now, what's going on this morning? Listen, we're throwing a lot of these stocks back on our watch list, a lot of these Chinese stocks. I know Josh, and some of you in the trading room, our instructors here, like that NEO. That was a pretty good move. But there are other stocks that are also moving this morning. And I just want to work off a couple of the big watch lists. We got this stock right here, IOVA. It's got good volume, 700,000 shares, but right around 715 when she kind of gapped up, because she gapped up from Friday to now, she's not really moving too much. So even though it's been the biggest percentage gainer, it's not really doing that much. The SHPH is the other one that we found on Friday. It's up 17%. Is it really that great? I probably would say no. BILI, you already know about that when we put that in the watch list. But when you look at the pre-market, if you see what's happening over the course of the day, not really that big. Not that big of a move right there. All right. Now this had really nice volatility. This stock was $100, and believe it went all the way down to $2. You think Bitcoin was pretty bad? Yeah. How about this one? Imagine this is like Bitcoin trading at $100,000, right? And now it's back down to $2.50, to $2,000, $2,500. So listen, you could talk about everything about crypto right now, but you know what? When you look at some of these stocks, some of them move pretty bad too. So, but anyway, sometimes you get a little dead cat bounce. I don't know. I like the price levels. I like the movement. I don't know if it's going to be the greatest move. I mean, it did something pretty nicely early this morning, went around all the way from $2.13 to $3, but it came back down. So it is pretty volatile. So this is not the stock that you want to take home to mama. This stock is a pretty volatile stock. DADA, also I saw this one. It's been more of a swing trade than more of a day trade. And we're dropping all the way down to 11% movers. DBGI was another one I saw a lot of you trading this morning. Had a really nice move right around that, 820-ish right here. Really nice pop, but she kind of died herself. Another stock. You thought that one was pretty bad? How about this one? This one was almost $300, $250. This one came all the way down to the lows around 380. So there are some really stocks that got destroyed. Anyway, I'm a fan of dead cat bounces. So you know what? Let's put it on the watch list. All right. Let's see how that goes. All right. So that pretty much does it there. We obviously know why Tops is on the big losers list. So Tops, remember, they did a secondary, but it's at $2. Stock is $140, $174. Now, some of you remember we traded also. That happened with us with BJ's. BJ's did a secondary offering after going public, and everyone knows pretty much BJ's very copycat of sister company, copycat of a Costco or a Sam's Club, same thing. But they did a secondary offering. You see how it brought down the stock, but you know what? Who knows? It might come up. Probably more of a swing trade, but as of right now, day trade, we're out of the business. Man, Tesla finally broke, had a really decent comeback, but looks like she came back down. I'll tell you, Elon Musk is like all over the news. Everyone heard about him broadcasting what happened with Twitter about the Russia information and showing that the people at Twitter were so biased and everything. I mean, he is really getting in the news a lot. But you know what? Whatever you believe in, political, whatever it is, the bias, whatever it is, it's hurting him. It's hurting him on some of the stocks. But you know what? He's worth $200 billion, so who cares? Okay, $200 billion, $250 billion. You know what? I'll just take a couple of $100,000 if that was possible. Billions, like you can't even you could buy countries. Now, anyway, on the New York Stock Exchange, are we seeing anything there? Now, we have this one stock that's moving, but it's an ETF, KOLD. It's at 16%. KPEV, there's another Chinese stock, Man, how many Chinese stocks are out there? It's incredible. NEO, TIA, these are all pretty much done. Boyle's coming down. Boyle is a fun stock. Now, listen, we know how to trade Boyle. Boyle is a swing trade. It's not more of a day trade. So you got to be really, really careful with Boyle. So we've been trading Boyle for all year. So listen, we know it's got some big support levels right around this 27. So keep an eye on Boyle. But there's not something that you can maybe we'll come back and swing. I mean, this thing does move. All right. By the way, they're also mentioning that I don't know if you've been reading the papers over the weekend or whatever, but they're really concerned about the oil reserves are down really, really, really low. And I don't know if some of these oil stocks are going to, get crushed because of it, or some are going to rally. But listen, whatever the news is, whatever is in the news, those are the things that you got to look for stocks that trade to it. Because remember, we need that volatility to make these things move. All right. Now remember, today is Monday. Now, what does Monday always tell us? Even though the market's down about 240 points, you just got to be really careful coming into this weekend. We're going into the big holiday season. I'm not expecting it to. I expect that things start slowing down probably about another 2 weeks. About a week before Christmas, I would probably say. Remember, Christmas falls on a 25th. You got Hanukkah that's on the 18th. So I'm expecting things to probably start slowing down. Probably the end of next week. I know kids are off. Big weekend. So with Christmas falling on a Sunday, and people are going to be going out and partying and enjoying themselves, Christmas holidays and holidays, I would probably say maybe the 21st. So you got about 2 weeks of some decent volatility before things start picking up. Dropping off. I'm sorry, start dropping off. But listen, we got class this week. We got phase 3 with me. So for anyone that's a gold platinum student, remember we're going to do live trading with me. You already did phase 1 and 2 with Josh, and then we're going to go pick up from there. And then also we got a lot of big events, got a lot of great guests that are coming in on Closing Bell on Tuesdays. We do Closing Bells. We haven't been doing as many as we like, but we got a good lineup. We're going to have level 4. We got Bookmap on there. We got cryptocurrency is going to come on there. Somebody could kind of ask questions like, what the hell is going on with this stuff? We want to educate you a little bit of self about that. We got a lot of good, great speakers that are going to be coming on. So we'll share them with you as we get the lineup. But let's get ready. Market's going to open up. Don't get too cocky. Just make your money and that's it. Don't try to work on the nickels and dimes. All right. But decent list, nothing crazy. It's Monday. But if you see anything, we'll say something. So if you're watching YouTube, we'll see you back here at 2:30. If you're in the trading room, once again, you see something, you say something. And if you're new here to cyber trading, if you're one of the new trial members, just be careful. Don't buy anything. You're only here to watch. You want to see how our traders think for themselves. Don't count our money, count theirs. See how they think, because that's the whole goal why you get into this business. All right, guys, good luck today. Happy trading. We'll see you back here at 2:30. Cyber Group members will start commentating once the market opens up. And if you're watching YouTube, just like us, friend us. You can always join us in a trial. Oh, and I forgot to mention, 12 o'clock. Duh. Totally forgot. 12 o'clock today, we're going to be doing an open house. So for some of you who want to know what we do here at Cyber Trading University, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you're more than welcome to join us. All right? You got the link up there. We just posted up there in that room. And we also dropped it in the alert service in our Cyber Group room. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. See you in a little bit.